These are the moments that I absolutely live for in video games, in movies and TV shows, characters reuniting after a traumatic event. It's one of the best feelings in the whole world, and now we get to reunite with our close friends. But at this point, I feel like the tension is so high that I don't know how this is gonna go. And suddenly we were greeted with, by the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is my first ever playthrough of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Oh my god! I just said I was living for these moments. You smashing the keyboard, huh? You again? Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah. Oh!
Makoto?
Toko, you're smiling. Don't even deny it. Look at my Hina. My Hina.
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Especially after like all the people that have died as well, to see someone survive this is...
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'll take that as a compliment from you, Tagami.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
I am a ghost. Everyone was there. All my friends who would struggle together and survived. Yes, friends. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. As you would.
What?
What's that smell? It's it's the smell of bullshit, and it's been coming from your mouth the entire game, Tagami, my lovely Togi bear.
What the heck?
That seriously stinks. This Cody smells like a wet dog. Of course he's got, like, I kind of like it though. I kind of like, it's kind of one of those things that, like, if I went to like a whole few episodes, I went a few episodes without hearing, a full episode without hearing Tagami like insult me. I kind of needed it. Get away, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Yeah, of course. Look at this group of freaking... Like, look who's left. I would have never have thought that this is the crew that was left. Well, actually, no. I kind of would have thought these three would be left. Hero? No. Never in a million years. I thought he would be a target right away.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain what? But it's okay that you hear what if the mastermind catches you.
It's true.
Let's wait what I have to tell you all. Don't tell me, did he turn into a ghost? Does he look transparent to you? That's just a silly superstition. If ghosts were see-through, they couldn't lead normal lives. Okay, that's enough talking. It makes me want to, talking to you makes me want to lay down and go to sleep. The reason why I didn't click the purple thing is because I want to talk to these people first. You stink, are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, everything you can be rotten. I missed you, Toko, of course. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Oh, okay. Super smell. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. Yes. All right, Hero.
Yo,
What was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit
you
world.
know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. Wait, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Cleopatra? So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? My boy, Tagami. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. You know, when this is all over, maybe we could... You know... It's stupid, don't worry about it. Pretend I said it, I didn't say anything. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. This whole game has been a learning experience for me, Tagami.
Makoto.
There's no time to... Yeah, here we go. Yep.
Yes.
It's true.
There we go. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Yep. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mikuru's trial. What, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point in redoing it? Makoto killed her, right?
Shut up, hero. Never talk to me again. If you don't understand what's happening by now, there's nothing I can do.
Jesus Christ. Ogami possessed me for a second. No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, of course. It's not me and any of you. Are you sure? Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What, you're saying the mastermind killed Mukuru?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one who to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Yeah, I did. I did spot the trap. That was me. You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used a TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said now it's the masterminds that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. You can stay in the dark. It's fine. Don't worry about it. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuru, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies! Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? We're gonna... That was the terms always, really, if we didn't catch the actual killer, though, right? I'm thinking things the way they are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. Meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Here's the thing, though, right? We have no proper hairdresser here. We have no proper, stylist. We have no proper doctor here, right? Chances are, at some point, Toko, someone could get an infection. Togami could get a really bad buzz cut. He already looks like a Jim Henson character. I don't things will change. And I'm not saying people are like, oh well, it's not just about appearances, Calvin. Life isn't about appearances. Okay, 100%. But also, it's okay to be attracted to someone physically. It's okay. But I don't think Toko's really attracted to him physically though, because I don't think she saw him at first sight and was like, whoa. I don't think anyone did. So yeah, maybe I'm just completely talking out my butt. Maybe she'll like him even when he's old and wrinkly and gray.
Anyway,
Gray is actually a pretty good hair color though. Look at Steve Carell. Steve Carell is very attractive. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuru and all the school's mysteries. It's a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. Well, again, she can't trust everyone. That's what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us a little hint of his. Hint? Yep. Where is it? The killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Host-P since the killing, and the only people, are those 16 students. So someone killed Mikuru, and it's one of us. It has to be, right? One of us is the mastermind? No? No, maybe the mastermind sent... Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in other
If the mastermind really is one who killed Mikuru, then as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mikuru, but there's no way he could have disguised a scene like that.
In other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in this killing game. It's Leon. Then the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Taga. Look at these characters. I missed them all. Jungkook didn't get a chance. And in Mikuru, you get 16. So the mastermind wouldn't have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way.
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate... right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us is the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious any time Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Bakugan left all the freaking time.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they lowballed the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Tagami's a YouTube commenter. Well, you see, actually, if you think about it. It's like, okay. It's like, oh yeah, the sky is blue. Well, if you think about it. Oh, ding dong bing bong, it's nighttime.
This is a school
Wait.
announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but
Huh?
at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
A little bit on the nose.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
This is I'm getting chills because this is like scary. This is actually a scary moment. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. That's why you dragged me around that whole trial. Oh, I was so angry, that trial.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself and the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. Well, Jesus, if only that Tagami blood would actually do something good for once. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, left the dining hall. Master, go. He wants to work alone. Toko, my boyfriend's working alone. Back off. He didn't take me with him. Yeah, he's taking me with him later. Hey, why did Tagami slip me the key to his room? This is really weird, Toko. Do you see this ding-ling-ling? Me dangling the key. What is this? Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or coffee. No, not really. Like, he's more like the extra tiny bit of sugar you add to your like tea at the end when you're like, oh, it's not sweet enough. You know, it's like, oh, I need a tiny bit more. You know, that tiny bit. You're totally useless. It doesn't even hurt me anymore. Just keep going. Actually, you know what? Like, it never hurt me. It just annoyed me. No, it doesn't even annoy me anymore. Just go, Toko. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Oh, she's gonna be useful. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. Yeah.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spear power to figure out the mastermind's identity. This isn't freaking, like, you're not gonna get out the Magmatama here and freaking figure this out. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. Yeah, and don't mind people saying that your head is weirdly disproportionate to your hair. I think you look great.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know.
because I'm
But up to now, I haven't really been all that useful. I mean, in terms of usefulness, you're probably more useful than Tagami. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. I loved Makoto speaking up as well. And not only that, but like, you know, like being extra loud about it too. That shows another progression of his character that we all love. That we all know and love.
But
Well, we don't know and love it, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
okay.
Why did I skipped that by accident, guys? Sorry. So I figure at least here at the end, I'm just like, I got distracted for a moment. Like my brain just went on a whole different wavelength there for a second. You probably felt it. I find something to help us get all out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Good for you. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. Indeed. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So,
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. Uh-oh. This is like the weirdest thing ever that like, this is the thing that like, all the stuff I've said in the playthrough, this is like the biggest problem is that I don't like this song. I guess I'll start by taking a look at Mikuru's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mikuru Ikisaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door of the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. This is gonna be awesome. So we have, yeah, okay, so let's do this all in order then. Let's start with the second floor. Oh, we'll do it in order which I think will be most interesting. Headmaster's last. We're gonna do Headmaster's last. We have the data center. Okay, let's just do it then. And then the garden and the dojo. Okay, that's fine. This part of the song is cool. Well, I don't know, man. I just like I can't. I'm not like. When I was a teenager, I used to be so into like shredding guitars and stuff like that, and like then I was like, I'm just not into this anymore. I absolutely just don't like it. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Yeah, this is pretty... Oh, that's dried blood as well. Oh yeah, we can't even look at stuff in here yet. So there's a bathroom over there. Okay, there's a lot like less ground to cover than I thought there would be, which is actually good. It's like in Silent Hill when you like get to find locked doors, or like in Resident Evil you find locked doors. It's like, okay, sigh of relief, you know? Because it's like, okay, I don't have to explore as much as oh my god, who was here before? Yucky, yucky, quack, quack. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Nice, I got that for myself there. There's holes in the wall. But there's nothing else to explore here. Can I go into the bathroom? I opened the door just to crack, glance inside, and immediately close it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Barney rubble? From the Flintstones? Wait, is there nothing in here? Okay, I guess. I guess not everything's gonna be relevant. Okay. There's a drawing on that door, so that's probably where we have to go next. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Okay, fine. This is the boys' bathroom. Even in like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Well, this is nicer than our bathrooms downstairs. This is nicer than the ones we have. What a load of bull honky. What is that picture of? It's a giraffe coming out of a locker? This place is freaking terrifying. Battery is low. Speaking of terrifying, I'm very excited for the quarry. 12 hours, dude. So excited. The room is filled with lockers. It must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have been used to use these lockers. We have to look at every locker. Let's do it. Why are they barricading this locker? I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope, locked. So they lied. There's a card reader installed on the door. Okay, so we need a locker. Okay, a card reader. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... So took out our handbook and ran across the card reader and then... No luck. Maybe it's only the locker's owner can own, which means none of us can do it. Okay, so they lied. They said every door will be open, so I guess that's not true. It looks like this locker's already broken. So it's the same thing, is it? But there's... But like, okay, what are we looking for here then? Because it said there's like I saw a giraffe. I'm looking for a giraffe. I can't imagine any way to get this locker room. I'm not even gonna bother trying. That's why you fail, Makoto, because you don't try. Hey, what is the point of this room? So should we try at any lockers anymore? Like, is that like... Was there anything? Okay, so maybe we should look at this then. There's a metal plate mounted to the lockers. There's no way to get it open. Oh, this one over here. What do you mean you don't think this locker's gonna open? I could open that in a second. This door is off the hinges. Can we leave then? What is happening? Like, I thought there'd be a giraffe in here. I thought there'd be a giraffe. This is bull honky. Okay, look at this door. Calvin, technically he only meant the rooms that were unlocked. Don't you know? Oh wow, this is nice. He didn't mean locker doors. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? Wait, is this the regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must have been thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Okay. I guess we're not there's a secret door here. Anything else on this side? So should we check the computer first? There's a PC on the desk that must have been belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. So we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already
in
know.
other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. Yeah, we were talking about this in the last one as well, actually. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good look to have. Look at that, the ultimate despair. Delightful children from down the lane. What are they pointing at here? A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been a headmaster. I have a leather chair. It's very nice. It saved my back. Oh, there's a strange gap in the wall. It's some kind of design mistake or some construction defect or something.
So...
There's a gap here, but just not any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open spaces, does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it.
Let's do it.
You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC and I think it controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All I know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right. That's not really nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
I looked through all this paperwork on the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I've wasted on this. The thing is about like Kyoko's character right now is like, yeah, like the idea that she's looking meek. She's putting a lot of pressure on herself in the final hour. And now she's also talking about wasted time as well, which I talk about constantly in my own life. Like, you know, look, the worst thing is when someone has like a heated discussion with you, and then like they at the end of the discussion they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. And it's like, why did you waste 30 minutes of my life if it doesn't matter? Please never do this again. I hate wasting time. I hate it. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there, but maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, there's no way I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. A password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well...
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Kyoko. If this works, this is going to be super cool. Also super scary.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay, in that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type this password. It's such like a video game trope as well that like, I don't like, you know, movie trope that you like use your password as someone's name. Like the Ada Wong thing in Resident Evil 1. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling, and as I finished typing it in... Beep Crun. Beep Crun? What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Yeah, that just made her so much angrier, like, at this point as well. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Did we just follow her in? Oh, there's a picture of little Kyoko! Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even in the room. There's like fast food over there? Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Oh, it's a present. I thought it was fast food. A present? Wrapped and covered in such joy. That's what made it so unusual. You okay, girl? She was right, it was unusual and she couldn't stop looking at it. No, it's just looking. Not just looking, glaring. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it, but what if it explodes? It explodes in our face and then we die. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it's what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and then took a hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. The light began to sneak away into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... What? Kyoko's advice was no use. I left out a trembling cry. What? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find such a brightful, joyful box. It was the last thing I expected too. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human
Whoa.
bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? No. Those bones. That body. That's my father. Holy hell. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns anyway. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Holt's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So he was already here in the school before the thing it happened, before it started? But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students, so she presumed he was dead. Okay, that makes sense. That's a really smart Kyoko, actually. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words,
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride in order to enter Holt's Peak. I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Do we talk to her again just to see if she's okay? I feel like it should be. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. No pointless small talk. I just wanted to see if she's okay, though, because that's a pretty heavy thing. But, like, again, Kyoko's character is so, like, different from almost every other character because, like, you can see she gets upset by things, but she's almost prepared to be upset, so she, like, holds firm, which isn't always a good thing. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because-
Never let anything get in the way of an investigation. I don't. Okay, then if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one of them, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... It's an e-handbook, right? His label on it that says, in case of emergency. So can you open the lockers? I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
in other words,
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably
would
right.
seem-
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on? This theme is so good. It's so good. I'll be Kyoko. I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? It's super okay. And now the last thing we have to look at, which is... Oh no, we look at these drawers. The filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you would find a clue. I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger touching her dad. She's okay with it, dude!
Hey,
It's fine, check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I found boxers. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, and it's just like a picture of like Togami with a mustache. But all I found were piles and piles of unrated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now, if...
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. Such a big emphasis on failure as well. I think that's going to come up time and time again with her. And it has come up time and time again. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of it and made him desperate. It made him desperate. Huh? This picture? Ah, Kyoko. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Yeah, that's shocking to see as well.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So, what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, she must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why what? I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. The whole reason I came here, and now he's abandoned me again. Yeah, that's actually pretty tough as well, because again, like, you know, even though like he can't help dying, it would feel that way also, like that she can't finally cut ties with him. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Photos of Kyoko and headmasters have been added to the truth bullet section of your e-handbook.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? Of course, always. A favor, what is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. I know it only inconvenience you that much more,
Hey.
but... Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a little bit. Kyoko? Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just
I need
a
to get my
second.
emotions in order. You know, Kyoko... You told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood and not by heart and soul. But... maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. Yep. Again, like that's what I mean. She's so prepared to be let down. Like it's so strange. It's not so strange. It's pretty normal actually for people to feel that way, especially people like her, who seem like realists. But as we've seen over this episode, there's been a lot of cracks, and in the last episode too. And a few episodes we've seen in cracks in her facade as well. The picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. That was fair enough. I really feel for Kyoko. Like, this is like... hard. Is she really okay? Kyoko must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the headmaster's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. 15 of us met in the main hall, and Mukuru to the mix, and you get 16, and including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Wow, seeing this as well. Thank you for skipping past Taka very quickly. Even Mukuro. Don't tell me the pronunciation of the name, I don't care. Do not do it. I do not care. I'm okay. I am okay. If you get the idea, you get the idea. You're okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, log off. That's what me and my students say to each other all the time. We're just constantly in the class like, hey you, log off. Hey, mute yourself. Okay.
Mr. Delaney, log off, okay?
Me. Baru. Hiro. Toko. Hina. My girl Hina. My girl Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive, and then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Yeah, we'll leave the air. I want to go back to the lockers, actually.
Hey, let me through here. I know there's someone behind those rocks.
If there is, actually, that'd be terrifying. I'm running. Now we can unlock this with the giraffe. There's gonna be a giraffe in here. Yeah, here we go. Let's see what we got inside. Sorry for skipping through some stuff. No, I don't see anything that could be a clue. Do we have to open up every single locker? Okay, I'm only gonna read it if it says something, okay? Oh, here we go. Whoa. There's no giraffe. This locker looks totally disorganized. Wait a second. Wait a second. Whoever belongs to probably has an organization problems in every part of their lives. Is that a... No. Is it? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk, trying to act casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have evaporated. That's what I was thinking, hero! That's exactly what I was thinking when I saw the crystal ball. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yashihiro Hagakure. Is this our hero? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he went to class here. He attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. We saw the pictures! The pictures of everyone like in class together. I mean, Hiro came to the school the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into the evil world. We never had a chance to take any classes. Are you sure? So what is this notebook? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't those useful for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? No, it's not a coincidence. This is a crystal ball. Huh, a crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he would ever use this locker. It's just not possible. Okay, let's look at some other lockers. What about this one? What about this one over here? Is that the only thing we have? Okay, so we opened this one. So that's the only locker we can open, really, is it? I think that's the only one they want us to open at the very least. Let's just make sure. Let's just make sure. Oh, here we go. This thing is practically empty. Apart from this little waffle book, there's one thing, some kind of pocketbook. The pictures, I keep thinking about the pictures. There's something that happened here to all of us. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is, but there's something written inside. It could be important. I don't like violating Makoto at this stage. There's no privacy, okay? It looks like a girl's handwriting, and all the letters are spaced out evenly like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? Flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I heard before. Great drawing. There's a plan to turn Havoc Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. So Kyoko knew about this beforehand, but again, she doesn't have a memory of this. He was willing to give me some details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. What? Only their genius can overcome disaster, and their hope can overcome despair. So the idea for the headmaster was to overcome despair for the future of our country and our world. It's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. Hope's Peak. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as a foundation for a new era. That's still pretty effed. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, yeah. Oh my god. It couldn't be anyone else. So the headmaster wanted to create a space to like protect us. But still, that's pretty F. That's pretty F to like isolate people like that. And then like use us as like a hope for the future and beat despair. But then whoever tainted this game, already tainted, wanted to do the exact opposite. What was it doing in his locker, and what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since she left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster of my father. Yep. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. It must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole... When I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my head. Have you ever done that as well? Like when like you find out something maybe about your friend that they did something mean about you, maybe behind your back or something, and like you do everything you can in your power to like make sure like think it was like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like and this is what he's doing now. Just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, and scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second. Despair. What the frick is happening? But the more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are the things in the locker that look like they belong to people here? And the notebook that seems to belong to Hiro? And a pocketbook that seems to belong to Kyoko? There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. You gotta believe. I'll be honest with you, buddy. It's hard to believe in anyone. Kyoko says she wants to be left alone, so I think we have to leave her alone. I don't think I'll let us talk to her much more. Oh my god. This is sick. This is so cool. It's terrifying, but it's so cool at the same time. Oh, okay, and I had to... Wait. What room is this? Is this the... No, it's just the pantry. Okay, so that was a freaking awesome part of the investigation. Like, freaking amazing. So the next place we can go is not the data center, They'll show us on the map where we can go next. Let's check. Far, go to the data center. What about this place? The headmaster's room. And then, of course, the top room as well. With the dojo we have to go back to. We have to go to the garden, and we have to go to the bio lab. Let's go in order of areas, I suppose, then. Let's go to the data center, because Hina's waiting here as well. Boy, George. This is incredible. Guys, though, I think what we're going to do is we're going to end the video here and come back in the next one and investigate more. I think we got a big chunk of information out here, and I think overloading the episode with information is probably not a great idea either. This is amazing. This is so fun unraveling these threads. And, like, these sudden jolts of information that we get as well that, like, you know, pack such a punch. Like, are so much fun to go through as well, but they're so terrifying as well. Like, I have chills all over just thinking about it. But I think that's all the intention of the game as well. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.